Hi everyone, my name is Martha. I'm a relationship counselor and clinical sexologist. In this video, I want to talk about my relationship advice for couples. When it comes to our personal relationships, we want to be loved. We want to be supported. We want to know somebody has our back. And once we are able to have that stability in our personal lives, this is when we can focus on our external life, our professional life, and all the other dreams and aspirations, the vision that we have for ourselves as a professional, but also as a person, like what kind of legacy do we want to leave behind. So being part of the family is really about being able to be stable, to be able to thrive, and to flourish. So the relationship needs to be nourished. I think a lot of people know about the importance of communication, but what happens when there's conflict? So my advice when it comes to conflict, dealing with taboo, sensitive subjects, is that you should actually schedule a time to talk about it. Do not assume that just because something came up and then you want to trash things out, that you just deliver it then. It may not be appropriate, there may be people around, or your partner is just too emotional about it at the moment, and this is not a good time. So when you're in a long-term relationship, it's really important to just look at the big picture. You have all the time in the world. You don't have to rush to deal with conflicts immediately. So respect that they have a different communication and conflict style as you. It's really important to ask, is this a good time to talk? Is this a good time to talk about what happened just now? Is this a good time to talk about XYZ? So ask for a time, schedule the time, and then make it really clear. It's not about attacking or blaming or winning the other person. It's really about resolving the issue. So talk about the conflict, and then it's really important to not just talk about it, but also talk about how to make things better, how to resolve the situation. So once you talk about it, it's really important. A lot of people don't do this. Ask for feedback. Ask for feedback about the way that you guys communicated. How can we communicate better as a couple? It's not that you right, I wrong. It's not about this. It's not about one winning the other person. It's how do you work better together as a team. So it's really important to schedule time to get serious, just like any work situation, you schedule a meeting. So isn't it much better to schedule a time, trash things out, and then the rest of the time as a couple should be rest time and even play time. So when we just do things randomly, we forget that as much as you are a unit and a couple, you can't just take the together time for granted. You also need to respect them as an individual and their need to have alone time. All of us are different. We have different ways we prefer to be communicated. We have different ways we want to tackle conflicts. We have different ways in which we think of and want to approach sex. So it's really important to not make their preference, their needs, their wants wrong. So being able to negotiate and navigate the differences is part of being human. So I think a lot of people fall into this illusion that because we're in love, we are supposed to do everything together, we are supposed to agree on everything, you're supposed to be able to read my mind. It is totally not true. So this is my advice for you. Schedule time for conflicts, for sensitive subjects, and then let this be the reward. The rest of the time is alone time, relax time, play time, and then really respecting your differences and being able to navigate and respect each other in spite of the differences so that the relationship can be what is meant to be. It's really important that when you're in a relationship, you feel that your back is supported, meaning that your partner doesn't backstab you, doesn't badmouth you, doesn't criticize you, doesn't gossip about you behind your back. So have an agreement about what are your relationship boundaries around talking about each other to other people. So these are my advice, and I really want you to have a wonderful relationship. And remember, the relationship evolves just as you evolve. So it's really important to recognize that relationship skills, communication skills, conflict skills is an ongoing evolutionary process. So be kind to yourself and focus on love. So this has been Martha doing this video for She the People TV.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos by us.